वंशी विभूषितकरान्नवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरादरुणबिम्बफलाधरोष्ठात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् अरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय नमः. Welcome to the scripture class. And today's scripture is Uddhava Gita, the teachings of Krishna to Uddhava. And also it is called the last message of Sri Krishna. Here also, like the Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna is enlightening Uddhava. And in fact, through Uddhava to mankind, to all of us, the message is about how can we live a life in the world when we can be freed from the bondage of ignorance. Ignorance of our true nature creates bondage, and bondage results in suffering. Suffering is just created by our mind. Suffering is not there, but we create suffering because of our ignorance of our true nature and our identification with something other than what our true self. We see snake in the rope and are then afraid, scared, running, seeing the snake is chasing us. All that happens because of our ignorance, our misunderstanding, our not knowing the reality that it is a snake. It is not it is a rope. It is not the snake. So because of that misunderstanding, lack of knowledge of the thing object that is there, so we feel all the suffering because of that. Simply that ignorance comes and we suffer. Like that, our true nature, because we don't know that we are the Atman, and then we feel we are bound and we identify ourselves with this body, which is a part of Prakriti, part of this created universe. And then whatever changes happening happens on this body, we take it upon ourselves. Everything that body is, dharma is there, we take it as the nature of our true self because we identify with the body. So that is the problem, and that thing is called avidya, ignorance, foolishness, whatever you call. We may be very learned and have a degree, lot of degrees of the university, but unless we know our true nature, we are all foolish, we are all ignorant, we are all under the domain of avidya. Remember when Sri Ramakrishna asked Yam about his wife, and Yam said, yes, she is a good person, but she is ignorant. And Sri Ramakrishna said sharply, and you are a man of knowledge? He said to Yam. Yam was a very learned person. He was double MA, headmaster, very learned, not only degree. He had studied philosophy, Eastern philosophy, Western philosophy. Really, he was very learned in the sense. But that is not the knowledge. Knowledge is the knowledge of the true self, who really I am. Unless we know that, we are all ignorant, spiritually ignorant. Till we are spiritually ignorant, we have to suffer in this world. If we want to go beyond the suffering of the world, we have to know spiritually our real nature. So Sri Krishna also tries to say to Uddhava, who said, "You are Lord, you are now living your Leela here and going. How will we live here? How can I live without you?" So that is the ignorance of Uddhava. As Atman, Uddhava is never bound. He is always free and happy. He is Satchidananda Swarupa. He has totally forgotten his true nature and considered himself to be the Uddhava, son of his parents, and the friend or disciple of Krishna, and who is the master teacher. And the teacher is living, master is living, guide is living. So for him, the world has become unbearable. He is very afraid. How will I survive in this world? Who will guide me? With whom will I ask the question when I'm in doubt? Who will be there, that blissful being, always at our side whenever we ask, whatever problem we have, we come to him and he just gives us solution, gives us wisdom. And Lord, you are living. Who will help me now? Who will be there? Who will guide me now? So to this, Krishna wants to point out to Uddhava, you are the self. Don't consider yourself to be ignorant or part of the Prakriti, this body. Understand your real nature And there will be no problem for you. You will be in bliss. You will be free, even in the body. So that is what Krishna is saying to Uddhava. We are on chapter 6 of the Uddhava Gita, the book translated by Swami Madhavananda ji, called Last Message, the Last Message of Sri Krishna. Few verses we read in the last Uddhava Gita class. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha, chapter 6, Bhagavan said, बद्धो मुक्त इति व्याख्या गुणतो में न वस्तुतः गुणस्य माया मूलत्वात् न मे मोक्षो न बंधनम. Lord says about himself, what is the difference between you and me? You say, I am so happy, I am never bound, I am always blissful. And you say, I am dependent, I am afraid, I am scared. But what is the difference between you and me? So he says about his own nature. The soul is described as bound or free from the point of view of my gunas. Says about the soul. My gunas. Gunas are the prakriti. Gunas are sattva, raja, tamas. So according to that, the soul is called bound or free. But it is not so in reality because gunas, the laws of prakriti, do not touch the soul. And since the gunas are the creation of Maya, there is, in my opinion, neither bondage nor liberation. Very, very strange thing the Krishna is saying. There is no bondage, we understand. That only Prakriti, we are thinking something else that is bound, and we identify with the bound thing, that which is dependent on Prakriti or follows the laws of nature, that's body, mind, which are bound by the Prakriti and follow the laws of nature. They are bound to follow the laws of nature, and they are bound to have six changes. Jayate, asti, vardhate, viparinimate, apakshiyate, nasyate. They are born, they grow, they become old, they decrepitated, and they die. So that is the nature of the things of the world, created world, not of the Atman. So when the things say that way, and we identify with that is changing, and though we are unchanging, we identify with the changing, and we feel we are bound by the laws of nature. And Sri Krishna here says, you are not bound. That is true. Soul, as a soul, we are not bound. So just turn your identification from the body to the soul, to the Atman. But here he says, neither bondage nor liberation. There is, in my opinion, there is no bondage or liberation also, he says. How then, what is the attempt? Then what will we try? There is no liberation also, he says. So we will be, whatever state we are, we want to be free from the bondage, from ignorance, from the idea that we are body. We want to identify with our true nature, true soul. That is freedom. But Krishna says there is no liberation. Why he says that? Because the soul itself is never bound. So whatever is never bound, how can there be liberation from that? One who is never in prison, how will he release from prison? If we say when I'm going to freed from prison, so what are you saying? You are never bound in the prison. So no question of getting freed from the prison. That is what he says. There is no bondage and no liberation for the Atma, true self. So just don't identify with the body. You just negate your identification with the body. Then you will find yourself free from all these bodily changes, your slavery to the laws of nature, and you feel you are free from birth and death, disease and old age, insult and honor. All is nothing to you. All are related to the body, and do you think you have become body? Suddenly, the very great person which is not affected by any of these suddenly start thinking, I am that small, impure, dependent slave of this nature, of this world, of the happening of the world. And then we suffer. The cause of suffering is just pure ignorance, avidya, ignorance of my true nature. My true nature, I was never bound. So I will never, there is no reason that we should seek liberation. So that is the reality Sri Krishna says here. Now he'll define what we are. We feel that we are bound. So we should strive to become free from ignorance. Shokamoho sukham dukham deha patischa mayaya swapno yathatmana khyati samsriti nat vastavi. Grief and infatuation, happiness and misery, as well as taking on a body, are all due to Maya. Just as a dream is a fiction of the mind, so transmigration also is not a reality. So, samsriti, transmigration, going from one life to another, when I'll be free from this punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So, Sri Krishna says, all that is the idea, fiction of the mind. You are thinking that way, it is never going and coming. You have never been bound. There is no punarapi jananam, punarapi marana is not there at all. You are already free. Know this, believe in this, and try to find out this yourself. Just by my saying it will not happen, says Krishna. You have to realize that you are this free being. Then only, then only you will be free. You read in the book, you read Upanishads, you listen from me. But if you don't realize it, then you cannot be free. You will still identify yourself with the body. So this everything is the Maya, the creator, the magic. The you are in the spell of some magic. That magic is called Maya. That Maya is the Srishti. In the Srishti, you come, we feel we are born, we are growing old, we are dying like that thing. All this thing is because of this magic created by the Maya, the great power. Why this Maya is so powerful? Even great wise persons, very intellectual person, they also get caught into this. So this Maya is very powerful. This Maya is the one by which even the God has to incarnate in this world by the power of Maya. That avatara happens, God Himself comes in this creation by the power of Maya. Then what is the difference between God, the Krishna, and me, the Uddhava, or me? What is the difference? I am caught by Maya. I am under the spell of Maya. I think all this is real. Krishna, though, comes in the spell of Maya, but he is always aware of his true nature. He is never bound by Maya. He is like seeing a dream and he knows it is a dream. So why will be afraid of in the dream? Fire is happening, tiger is chasing, and so many flood is coming. And the person will be afraid, oh, it will all kill me, fire will burn me, tiger will kill me, and the person is changing from one to another in the dream. One who knows that it is just a dream, let anything happen. You are the person, not in the dream. The dream is just you are seeing. So dream will have no effect on you. You will never be afraid of anything. Nothing, no fire of the dream can burn you. No flood of dream can take you away. Nothing, no tiger of dream can ever eat you. You can eat the dream person of the tiger, the dream person in the dream. Tiger can eat. But you are not that. You are making fiction. You are imagining that through the dream. Only to be aware that it is a dream. Hmm? That's what Sri Krishna says. When you are aware that it is a dream, then this Maya has no power to catch you. Once it is known it is just Maya, then Maya loses its strong power to bind us into ignorance, into bondage, into suffering. Suddenly it all goes just by recognizing this is all Maya. Sri Ramakrishna used to give one beautiful story. He used to say one person was scaring children wearing tiger skin, and he came like the tiger, and the children were playing. Halum, Halum is coming, and all children were playing. Tiger came, all ran. One person was there. Halum, Halum, we are saying, and said, why are you afraid? This is not tiger, it is our Hare. This is our Hari is here. So once he recognized that this person is not real tiger, all play finished. Now this Hari threw out his tiger skin and he started laughing. This Hari has no power to scare the boy because he knew that it is Hari, it is Maya. Just by knowing it is Maya, the power of Maya to delude us goes away, just by knowing. So, but that to know and realize we are so much bound in this play of Maya, so much bound. So we think it is very real. Death is real, birth is real, money is real. Oh, what will happen? I have to keep money in my bank account. When I die, my children will get. What should I do after the money when I die? So much of my bank account, I have to use it. Oh, my son says, I won't take, I don't need your money, but I have to where to give. Nothing is there. All is Maya. There's neither money nor life nor nothing is there. When you die, you go to the if you have realized that is all Maya, then you are mukta as you are. Nothing is there. You become same Brahman, you become same Ishvara. If you are not yet have that realization, then you go to some other life, other world. Which world we don't know, which life we don't know. If you are born even in this world, in another body which has no connection with this life, all your this thing of this life is all finished, nothing, no connection at all with you, neither the relation nor your earning nor your power position, nothing, honor dishonor, all gone, new again starts life. So nothing to worry about. All this, our earning, our property, our wealth, all this is just Maya, just for this life, and just the play of this life. These are all playing materials of this life. So don't worry for that. Don't have concern for that. Know that you are the Atman, and then you will find great strength in you, and then you can enjoy the play. So many plays, so many different plays. You are playing in cricket, and you are doing a losing match. Many of your people are out. A lot of run to make, and you still can enjoy the play, whatever is there. You are not sad. Just it's a play. It's a game. Nothing is there on that. And you enjoy even in that losing game also. You're batting, you're putting at that, you're making some run. You're sure to lose, but still you can enjoy the play. Like that, enjoy the play. Let us enjoy the play, knowing that it is just a, a drama going on. We are in the dream you are seeing. So if you do that, then you can be free from the bondage of Maya. विद्या विद्ये ममतनु विद्युद्धव शरीरिणाम मोक्ष बंधन करी आद्य माया में विनिर्मिते. No, knowledge and ignorance to be my powers. Knowledge and ignorance both are divine powers, powers of God. Powers of God, how? Through Maya, O Uddhava, which are respectively the cause of liberation and bondage of beings. They are primordial and created by my Maya. Maya creates the sense of bondage and liberation, sense of happiness and misery. All are creations of success and failure. All are created by Maya. Nothing is really failure, nothing is success. So that is what Sri Krishna is saying. All my Maya, all that has been created. Just called Bhelki in Bengali. That's the magic. That's a spell has been made. So why should we in this spell of this? Mama Tanu, this is my power. Tanu means power. Viddhi Uddhava Sharirina, for the person who is embodied person. Sharirina is who is in the Sharira, who thinks he lives in Sharira, Jivatma. Really this Atma, we are not even Jivatma, we are the Atman. Somehow we bring ourselves to the stage we have Jivatma. I live in this body's happiness and misery affect us. The Jivatma we become from the Atman, that all pervading, all blissful Atma, we consider our Jivatma. Jivatma also powerful, transmigrating, also it has not much effect, but it is in the body. But mistake is from that Jivatma starts thinking itself as the body. Dehatma Buddhi. Now Atma comes not only to Atma or Brahman, but not even to Jivatma, but to Dehatma. Buddhi comes Dehatma. I am this Deha, Deho Ham. If you say Deho Ham, then you will born, you will disease, you will die, everything will be there. Then it's all there, full of suffering. Deha is full of suffering. Sariram Vyadhi Mandiram. It is the temple of disease. If you grow older, there is no one who is perfectly well. Some or other problem is there. That is how the body is made. There is some imperfection in the body. So if you consider yourself of the body, you are always sick. You deny yourself as the body, you are always well. Mahapurush Maharaj was asked, how are you, Maharaj? He was suffering from asthma, couldn't sleep at night, terrible suffering. He said, I am fine. But I heard that you couldn't sleep. Oh, this body couldn't sleep. Sharir jane or dukkha jane. This dukkha and sharir, it is up to them, this relationship. Difficulty, suffering, and the body, they are related to each other. But I say to my mind, be in happiness. Don't get attached to this thing, this body thing. Body is not you. Get attached to God, which is free from the difficulties and bondage of the body. एकस्यैव ममांसस्य जीवस्यैव महामते वंदोस्या विद्यानादिर विद्या च तथेतरः. O talented one, Mahamate, he says to Uddhava, you are talking like a person who doesn't know. But I know you are such a learned person. You are Mahamati. Mahamati was the talented one. You can understand what I am saying. That you are Atman. And what he is saying, at least you will understand, oh, because you are Mahamati, great intellect. O talented one, for the self same Jiva, who is my part, there is bondage without beginning, owing to ignorance, and liberation through knowledge. So, what is this bondage? This bondage is for Jiva. What is Jiva? Jiva is the Atman which considered itself as being in the body, that some soul in the language of other religions, soul. Jiva is the soul. It is not the pure Atman. So this Atman has the body. This Jivatma, if you consider yourself, Jivatma is that consciousness plus Pancha Pranendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Jnanendriya, Manas, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar. All these 19 components, and it's energized by the Atman, consciousness. Everything has to be consciousness. Without consciousness, nothing exists. Consciousness is there in everything. There is consciousness in table, in table lamp, in the everywhere. This consciousness is all pervading. But this consciousness manifestation depends on the what instrument is there. In the human being, it's most manifested. In this wood, it is no manifestation of consciousness. We call it dead matter, but consciousness is there. So this consciousness is there in Jivatma, which makes all this active. Mind can think, pranas can work, body functions, sense organs travel from the mind and go to the sense of objects and bring the information and and get attached to the sense object. All this is done by the power of consciousness. All that happens. So here he says, my part. He says, Jiva, self-same Jiva, who is my part. Now, the Jiva is my part, Lord's part, who is never bound, who is never in ignorance. How this Jiva becomes his part? Because Jiva has that consciousness. And that consciousness who has the capacity to fully understand what is true consciousness, what is true nature. So it becomes as if part of God, as if being with God, as if God himself, in a sense, is Jivatma. So it is so powerful. My part, there is bondage without beginning, owing to ignorance. If you you think you are bound to this world and to this idea of body, or I cannot get out of this idea. So it is because of ignorance there is bondage, and that ignorance is without beginning. When did I become ignorant? I was Nitya Suddha Buddha Mukta. I was eternally free, eternally knowledge, full of knowledge, and eternally pure. Since when this eternally pure, free, and this being feels itself as bound, it becomes how it started feeling oneself as Jivatma, how it started feeling oneself as Atma. It is supposed to be pure. How it got this impurity of thought? So somehow it has come. And it says, when did it come? Which life? So it is not, you cannot trace it back to certain life. It has come, it has no beginning. That's why he said it is anadi. There is no beginning of this ignorance that has come. But it is many things that does not have beginning, also doesn't have end. But this ajnana does not have beginning, but it has end. That's why it is called anadi, but santa, not shanta, but santa, sa anta, with end. It has the culmination. You can end this ignorance. There is probability. It has no beginning. Don't trace its beginning, but try to find the end of this ignorance of thinking yourself as little, impure, bound, attached to this body, thinking yourself as the body or jiva. Try to end that mistaken thought, and you can do that, says Sri Krishna. अथ बद्धस्य मुक्तस्य वैलक्षण्यं ददामि ते विरुद्ध धर्म धर्मिणोस्तात स्थितयो ekadharmini. So here it says that way and says, mm, now I am relating to thee the difference between the bound and the free soul, endowed with opposite qualities and living in the same abode, the body. Our body has the two beings live there. One is Jivatma, one is Ishvara. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddese Arjuna Tishtati. Ishvara is there, Lord is there, all knowing Lord is there. And also there is the power of Chaitanya that has somehow mistaken itself as the Jivatma, that also is there. Both beings are there. And they are very related. They are friendly to each other. One cannot live without other. In fact, the Jivatma cannot live without Paramatma. Paramatma is there, Ishvara is there, and also Jiva is there. Always in the same body they are living. Now I am relating to thee the difference between the bound and the free soul, endowed with opposite qualities and living in the self in the same abode, the body. In body they live. One is bound, Jiva, misidentified, thinking itself as the ignorant, thinking itself as the body, mind, prana, etc., identifying with what it is not, yet it says, I am that. And one is Ishvara, who is ever detached, ever free. That Ishvara is also there. Now it is up to our mind or buddhi. If we have strong and pure buddhi, sharp, strong, pure buddhi, which can detach itself from wrong ideas, instead of thinking itself as the Jivatma, it starts identifying itself with the Paramatma, then there is freedom, there is bondage, no suffering. But we identify ourselves with the Jivatma, with the Indriyas, with the pranas, with the body, and we become like that. So buddhi also part of Maya though. Buddhi also created by Maya. But that is the instrument that makes us bound. Maya, that part. And that is so powerful instrument, this Buddhi. It has the power to lead us to freedom, very close to freedom. How? By identifying not with Jivatma, but with Paramatma, with the free soul, with unattached, uncreated, unbound by the Maya, freedom, free from the rules of laws of nature. So that is Paramatma. It can be done, and Buddhi associates itself with the Paramatma. So Buddhi is very important. In fact, in Vedanta, role of finding God through vichara, as they say, mm, Mano buddhi hankara chittani naham. I am neither mind, nor buddhi, nor chitta, nor body, nor blood, nor bone, nor fat. Like that, when we say, who says that? Who gives that idea? It is the buddhi who has to find, who has to disidentify itself with the body and mind, and that buddhi has to understand, try to understand its true nature. And what is true nature? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am that Shiva which of the form of Chit and Ananda. What is that Chit? Chit is the awareness. Chit is the knowledge. What is Ananda? Ananda is the bliss that it never undergoes any suffering, any misery, any ignorance. That is my true nature. Chidananda Rupa Shiva. I am that Shiva, that auspiciousness, that goodness, which is ever blissful and ever conscious, full of knowledge. Who says that? It is the Buddhi says that. Buddhi has gone. Buddhi is like a pendulum, no? Pendulum, it goes to Jivahood, Jiva, Sharira. Oh, sir, I'm Sharira, I'm bound, I'm diseased. Oh, that person said that to me. That person is very jealous to me. All connected with the body. You all, Buddhi is this pendulum. It goes there, I identify, the Buddhi identifies with that. What type of Buddhi is that? That is impure, powerless and blunt. It has no power to understand the truth. That impure, blunt, powerless, dependent buddhi, if when it goes and identifies with that, it becomes like that buddhi. Then it swings again. We have the power to swing that buddhi. And who has that power? Our buddhi itself, our mind itself, our willpower. This is the wrong thing that my mind is thinking. I have to take mind to the other part. I am not this body. I am other than body. Then you come and you say, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Then you say, I am that. The Shastras say, the teacher said, the God says in the Gita, in the Bhagavatam, in the Shankaracharya's explanation. That is what he said. That is the truth. You go there and then the knowledge flashes. Yes, I was wrong. Who is saying that? Buddhi itself. So buddhi is a great tool. It has to be kept sharpened. It has to be kept very pure, not to indulge in the impurities of the world. If buddhi is become weak, powerless, then it is overpowered by mind. Mind starts saying to buddhi, hey, don't say now you will not do that. You want to get up in the morning, don't say I'm tired, my body, I'll say body to sleep. Buddhi has no power to say, no, we have to do meditation. Without that, I cannot realize God. Buddhi is totally under the power of mind, manas. And whatever manas say, it all. The king had lost. It is under the rule of ministers. Kings should guide ministers, no? Now ministers become so powerful that it start guiding the king. Now buddhi has become under minister. Now ministers are also like that. And then there are senses. Now the senses say, oh, I want this thing, I want to see this, I want to eat this, I want to hear this. Senses are saying. Mind says, okay, oh, go and watch that, go and be attached to that, eat that more, eat more. And the body feels, then body suffers. But mind doesn't have power to control the senses. Senses are running helter-skelter wherever they want, whatever they are attached to, they are doing that. Because buddhi has weakened. The king is powerless. It is just lying sleep, or it is all full of tamoguna. Guna is binding it, tamoguna. It has lost the power to think, I am the ruler. On me depends on this jiva. Totally sway, totally under the direction of manas, who totally lost power. That is blunt buddhi, that is impure buddhi, that is powerless buddhi. But this very buddhi, when becomes powerful, dominating, then it discriminates, discerns what is right, what is wrong, and chooses the right decision, take the right thing. I have to get up. Oh, mind, you are saying. Holy Mother once said, she was tired, slept at night, and they said, today is too tired. 3:30 getting up is very difficult. And she slept for some time. And she said that next day, again same thought, tired. And then her buddhi, she said, what? Yesterday also you are doing, today also you are doing, when will be meditation? Then she woke up. And buddhi sometime done. Holy Mother was sleeping little late in the morning, like 3:30, 3:45. Sri Ramakrishna came there and saw Holy Mother not woken up, not doing japam, light is not on, their lamp is not on. Then he knocked. Holy Mother tired, she was working so much in that small room. Then door didn't open. Then he put some cold water and put from the door. There was this place. From the door he put there. She was lying, she was sleeping on the floor. There was no bed. So floor, it all got wet. When Holy Mother woke up, inspiring the buddhi to give up that sloth. Buddhi should dominate. It should control the mind. So that type of thing. So once it is done for life. Never Holy Mother had to be woken up again. Now this buddhi, her buddhi is controlling the mind. Mind says, let me sleep more. Buddhi says, no, I say you get up. That is good for you. No more sleeping. Like that, buddhi has control. Pure buddhi, sharp buddhi, and it is powerful buddhi. So that is what the buddhi thing comes. So there he says, two things are there in the body, the Atma and Paramatma. And this Jivatma and Paramatma. Jivatma is bound because of ignorance. From when it started, nobody knows. And Paramatma is ever free. And he gives the example of what Paramatma and Jivatma is there. We have only one identification. Then how Jivatma and Paramatma, we never feel that. We feel we are Jiva, we are body, wherever that, only one type of thing. Suparna vetau sadrishau sakhayo edricha yaitau kritanidau cha brikshe ekastayo khadati pippalannam anyo nirannopi balena bhuyat. Two birds which look alike and are friends have casually come and built their nest in a tree. One of these eats the fruits of that tree, while the other, though not taking any fruit, is greater in strength. So, two birds, similar, of similar plumage and of Sayuja, it's called, they're always together. And Sakhaya, they're inseparable, they're friends, real friends. They come to a tree, self-same tree, and there they make the nest. One of them is eating fruit. There are nice fruits, and it eats and enjoys. And sometimes fruits are bitter. Then it becomes very sad. Oh, so bitter fruit. And looks here and there. If you sometimes you have seen your some child eating lime. If you give lime in the child's mouth, baby's mouth, it's like that it does. Like that, that person, that bird, when it ate bitter fruit, is looking here and there. He says, there is another bird in the tree, sitting quiet, majestic, and very nice, not suffering at all. So he says, what is that bird? It is not suffering. What does it eat? When I get good fruits, I feel so happy. But bitter fruit, why God made similar looking bitter fruits? These fruits are actually our karma phala, our samskaras. We sometimes are happy, sometimes are bad because of our karma phala. They will come, sometimes good reaction, sometimes bad reaction. We don't know. Sometimes we suffer, sometimes we are in pleasure, in joy, in happiness. Like that, life goes on. Happiness and misery, happiness and misery. Like that, life goes on without that. With our samskar. Those are the fruits that our Jivatma eats, fruit that Jivatma experiences. That's why it is said. And they are in this beautiful verse that Sri Krishna is saying to Uddhava. It has a very corollary in Mundaka Upanishad, where it says, Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakhaya Samanam Briksham Parishasva Jate Tayoranna Pippalam Swadati Anasnananyo Avichaka Shiti. Two birds of self-same plumage. They are in the self-same tree. Self-same means same tree. Is the same tree, they are there. And of the same wonderful plumage, they are there, and they are friends. Sayuja. Sayuja means always united. And Sakhaya is never separable. Friends, good friends never separate. They are always together. Maybe they may be one in Canada, another maybe in India, but they are ever united through their thoughts, in their good, what is another doing in our news, that they are always together. That's what is Sakhaya. These two birds are also always together. Though one is there up, one is down, but always together. And they are Sayuja. They cannot be separated. They are always of the same being, Sayukta. So when there is Jivatma, Paramatma is there. Now what they do? Tayoranya Pippalam Swadati. Anya Tayo Anya. One of them, Pippalam Swadati, is taking the fruits. Pippalam from the people Aswatha tree. Whatever fruits is there, it is eating the fruit. Swadati means enjoying the fruit. He is experiencing the fruit. So his experience, that bird is experiencing the fruit, eating the fruit and enjoying bitter, sweet fruit, enjoying bitter fruit, disgusted, suffering. Anasnananyo abhichaka shiti. Ananya, the other one, he is abhichaka shiti, without eating. Anasnan, without eating. He is just observing in the glory. Swami Vivekananda explains this very nicely in the complete works. That the lower bird, whenever he ate bitter fruit, he hopped up, comes closer and closer to the upper bird. Every time after eating this bitter bird, tries to find out what is reality. Why do I suffer? That question that we have in our life. Why there is so much suffering? Is there a way out of suffering? So like that, and then going up and up, he finds that upper bird sitting quiet, eating nothing, experiencing not the karma phala. He renounces mm, anything that is good or bad, not running after something pleasurable, nothing like that. So ultimately, he comes up, and there he finds that still is good, and then suddenly he finds from the bird that was quietly sitting, golden light comes, emanates from there, and he finds golden light come, and it comes to this bird also, lower bird, and he says, oh, it is also surrounded by the light of the upper bird. Then he finds, suddenly he finds that there is no lower bird. I was never there. Only upper bird was there. And upper bird's reflection was this. And there is no existence, real existence of the lower bird at all. So Jivatma was not there at all. Only Paramatma was there. Jivatma is the only reflection of Paramatma. Like the sun reflected in water of the jar. Sun reflected and it looks like sun. Sun has trouble here, water is wavy, and sun is moving, it is not stable. And then, but the real sun is always stable, and lower sun has no existence at all. Real existence of the reflection. What happens if this pot is broken? What happens to that reflection? Gone. Where? It merges with the real sun because it was never there. Separate entity was not there. It existed because real sun existed. When this other circumstance is gone, it merges with the upper sun. It becomes one with the upper sun because it was never there. So only upper sun was there. Like that, here also this lower bird finds, oh, there was no existence of my being. I was not ever suffering at all with eating and good fruits and bitter fruits are just a dream. I was always glorious sitting here at the top. That upper bird is the reality. That Paramatman is the reality. Jivatma is just the appearance that appearing in the dream, as the Sri Krishna says. So here also it says very nicely here. He says, Sri Krishna says the birds came and made the nest. They were friends and always together. One started eating the fruits. Pippalam swadati. He says khadati. He says pippalam is the food of the pippala or the ashwatha tree. Khadati anyo nirannopi balena bhuyat. Other doesn't eat, but balena bhuyat is greater, stronger. That without eating or experiencing the karma phala, it is all in its glory. It is sitting there. So that is our real nature. That is our reality. Not the bird that eats fruits, but the bird that is stable and glorious and full of golden hue, golden plumage. That is all glory of our real nature. Sri Krishna says, try to identify yourself with that real nature. Atma, verse 7. Atmanamanyam chasaveda vidwan apippalado natu pippaladaha. Yo avidyaya yuk satu nitya baddho vidyamayoya satu nitya muktaha. That which does not partake of the fruits is wise and knows itself as well as the other. But not so the one that eats fruits. That which is tied to ignorance is always bound, while that which is full of knowledge is eternally free. The one which was eating fruits and enjoying this world, thinking it to be real, is suffering, is in bondage, is in ignorance. And the one which was up eating nothing, that is Vidwan. That is the person of knowledge. That is Vidwan Apippalado. It doesn't enjoy the fruits of action. It doesn't identify with the fruits of action. So this is just a dream. Don't worry for the insect. So, apippalado, natu pippalado, not done that who eats. Yo vidya yuk satu nitya. Who is associated with ignorance, he is ever bound. Nitya baddho. Nitya, again, you have to understand from the beginning he is bound. Not that nitya baddho means he is doomed. Not doomed. In our Vedanta, nothing is doomed. Everything has the opportunity to be free. However ignorant we are, we have the opportunity, and ultimately we will have that freedom of our from our ignorance and understand and realize who really I am. Every soul has that capacity. So nitya baddho means for long time, for beginning next time, that is bound to what? Bound to think that this life is real, karma phala is real, the suffering and pleasure of life are real, and that is the suffering because he is ignorant. He doesn't have the idea of his true nature at all. He takes the world of this Maya with so much of reality. It feels this is very real world. It is always is there and takes every changes that happen in the world as the really changing things in the world. This short life, if you see, even if you identify with the world, you don't have capacity to understand that this life is unreal, this world is unreal. It's very difficult to really think that way because we are so much identified with the body and taking this world of Maya as real from life after life. So it is very difficult to think that. Still, we can think that this life is so short. So, but there is nothing to gain in this life. Very short. We come, play, and then we die. We go. So to have another life. That's what Sri Krishna said to Arjuna. Even if you think that you are body, still you should not be afraid of fighting in the battle. Because whoever is born has to die. You will die, your enemies will die. Whether they will die here in battle with you or you will die from their arrow, but there is death certain. And whoever dies, his birth is certain. He will be born again with new life. And that is your duty to fight. Why are you afraid if you do not cannot understand about what I said about the Atman? That never does anything, in that neither dies nor kills. It is neither dried by the air nor wetted by the water. That is your real nature. If you are not able to understand, you consider still yourself as the embodied this body, embodied being in the body. Then still you should not be afraid of death because death is inevitable. What is inevitable? Why are you afraid? Are you afraid? And then in our context, are we afraid that there will be snow tonight? It is inevitable. Winter time, Canada, Toronto, there will be snow. And February month. So there will be snow. So nothing to worry about that. There will be snow, sometimes there will be black ice, sometimes we have to learn how to tackle those things. So why to worry and be afraid and cry, oh, it is snow, it will be black ice, it is slippery, oh, I may fall, I may break my leg, I may break my neck. Why to cry on that? Well, if you break, there is hospital. Don't worry. You won't get treated. But don't get worried about these things which are inevitable. Snow is inevitable. Try to learn how to walk in black ice. Be careful, wearing proper shoes, and all that. Protect yourself as much as you can. If it was inevitable to fall and sleep by God's will or by your karma phala, you'll fall, you'll be treated. Done. What is there? So there is nothing that hue and cry of this world. A simple, small life. We're born, study, and life finishes very quickly. Very quickly life goes. So there's nothing much to worry or glorify this changing small life. So we should not worry about this life. Worry is wrong. Whatever condition we are, getting very happy and very peaceful life or life of suffering, all passes under the breeze. So life suffering, just imagine those who are having very happy life and very rich persons, as if they have no suffering, all they have no they have no want, all their wishes are fulfilled. They are also not very happy. Something or other is bothering them. Something or other bothers in this world. Until and unless we identify ourselves with the Atman, there is botheration, there is suffering of greater or lesser degree. So no one is there in the world has no suffering at all other than the realized person. So our devotee of God will totally surrender himself or herself to God. So that person doesn't suffer. Suffering is there, doesn't mind suffering, doesn't mind. Know that this suffering and pleasure is all the play of God. It's Maya. It comes and goes. So they are not bothered by such things. So we should be brave enough to face the challenges of the world. If we have some difficulties and say other people have no that difficulty, they have other difficulties. They also suffer. But when we tackle the world and our problems and challenges with the power of the God in us, God resides in us, Sri Krishna said, then why do we worry at all? God, and in reality, we are unchangeable, immortal, ever blissful being. So if we can say that, the little changes in the life doesn't bother much. This will come. This worldly changes. Law of nature will be there. Life is very uncertain. So whatever happens, so why should we worry? Something happened. There's nothing to. There's no surprise. There's no nothing to be surprised. Oh, that person passed away. Oh, just saw he was. Yes, that is, people are born here. People die. So what is there to surprise? But he was. Some people sometimes say crying. My father died. Swamiji is so sad. What to do? I said, what is it? Oh, he was 98 years old, but still who wants father to die? But 90, someone has to die. I'm 98 at one time. All have to die. Why to suffer so much of that? So that separation makes you suffer. But if we have a strong idea about the realities of the world, laws of nature, then suffering becomes less. Literally feel the father had died, but then you think that was the have to happen. Then you count, oh, he didn't suffer much. He lived quite a good life, long life. He gave us company for so many years. Then you bless the thing. So the earlier we can come back to the all mm, counting the blessings, the better for us. Understanding and accepting the truths of nature. So this is the Uddhava Gita, the considered to be the Bhagavatam, is from the Bhagavatam, considered to be the Bhakti Shastra, you see. But how much the things of knowledge Krishna is saying. So Bhagavatam is very wonderful scripture where there is not only bhakti, but knowledge, equally the knowledge are there. They say Devavati Kapila Sambhada is full of knowledge. But here Uddhava Gita also so many teachings of wisdom, of the knowledge Sri Krishna is giving to Uddhava. Because knowledge is the thing that gives strength. Knowledge is the thing that makes you devoted to God. By having the knowledge, your bhakti becomes mature when you have the knowledge about your true nature. Then the bhakti becomes mature. With bhakti inside you, your knowledge becomes more perfect. Bhakti and knowledge has to go together, like the two wheels of a car. So, like that, then the life becomes very balanced with bhakti and knowledge and propelled by karma and dhyana. Then this chariot of life goes very well. Whether this body is weak, disease, problems, but the chariot goes well among these things. Oh, seeing all, observing the things of nature that we experience. Sometimes this body ache, sometimes back ache. All this will be there in life. But the chariot still goes well. Yes, I have backache, no problem. I had this thing, I had headache, I have migraine. Those are the parts of this body, it will be there. When body is there, Sariram Vyadhi Mandiram, it will be there. No botheration for that. I take some medicine. Without medicine, if you can do it, it's still better without painkiller. If you have to take the painkiller, but go on. Fantastic with the jnana and bhakti and karma and dhyana. And your life goes well on the path of spirituality towards the knowing of your real nature, towards the total surrender to God. And a blissful life, human life, we will lead to ultimate reality, the illumination, the jnana, and Ishvara Darsana or Ishvara Labha, as they say, we are heading towards that through our spiritual practice, with the help of this ajivika, whatever work we have to do in the world. We work in office, we are a doctor, we teach. These are all the helping things that will make our chariot little put in the place. But those are not the real thing. Those are just the means to move in this part of our life. But those will not be always there. Those will be gone. But chariot is still moving. When you are retired, work will not be there. Chariot will be still moving. So movement of chariot has to be taken care of with great attention and great respect. And then our life will be blessed. Thank you very much. Now the closing chants. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnan Jagadgurum Padme tayo sritva pranamami muhurmu. We'll meet next Friday with the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Hopefully, Swami Vidyanathananji Mohan Maharaj will also be in the class next Friday. Please join.